Hello, good morning. Welcome to Morning Call on this very summerly 3rd of June 2019. Yes, we're into June. I had to double check there for a moment. Also have to switch something on my desktop, which I've forgotten, but that doesn't have to concern you. I'm here, I'm Fab from Hamburg, as usual, there to bring you an overview of the tech news of the week. Let's see what we got today. So, today is Monday, so that means Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference will kick off in the afternoon, European time here. And it is heavily rumored and pretty much assured that Apple will kill iTunes. They have wound down pretty much all PR of iTunes. They closed their social media, or they deleted all the content on the social media channels for this. They've redirected any URLs with mention of iTunes in it to other URLs. And yeah, it looks like they're killing that. Also on the docket for this WWDC is apparently that they're changing stuff to how their apps work. So operating system updates, obviously, but also a new approach to apps, says Bloomberg, whatever that means. I guess we'll see. And it's usually what developer conference usually is not that hardware oriented, but Apple's also expected to announce some hardware because they always kind of have to. So we'll see. If you ask me, it's about time. Sorry. I was drinking coffee, then got it down the wrong chute. Apple, it's pretty much time that they kill iTunes, I think. It was horrible to begin with. It was always horrible. It was always like Excel for media management. And it's definitely not, not of the times anymore. I mean, it was amazing. I remember I had the first iPhone. It was amazing years later, when you finally could get like podcasts over the air without having to hook up your phone to like iTunes. And Apple's always been a bit behind. So let's see what they'll do there, and I'll probably update you on what has transpired and what will replace iTunes tomorrow. I'm guessing I'll be there tomorrow. Let's see. Oh yeah, Google had a huge outage on Sunday. So if you use Google services, around noon US time, which is like in the evening, 7 p.m. It's wasn't that bad for Europeans, I guess, because Sunday evening pretty much not that much was happening. But in the US for almost, I think, 6 hours, all through Sunday, basically, they had huge problems with Gmail, YouTube, and all the Google apps, basically, calendar, docs, sheets, stuff like that. And they were saying it was like network congestion. No idea. I guess it wasn't that bad in Europe. It was a much more much worse in the US. But yeah, the cloud, eh? Who knows? The cloud was broken. Google is saying it was fixed, and we're well known for our focus on uptime. Except not this time, I guess. Obviously, the US boycotting Huawei. We've talked about this a lot. It's coming up pretty much every show. The trade war between Trump's administration and China. Huawei had a goal to replace Samsung as the top phone manufacturer by the end of the year. They're saying, well, that's not looking likely now. So they're changing that goal. Also, according to sources within Foxconn, the plants that produce Huawei phones for Huawei, so Foxconn obviously producing phones for them, like they do for Apple and all the other manufacturers. They have wound down so Huawei has according to these reports, wound down their smartphone production. It's rumors. I mean, this was reported in the China Morning Post. It's not quite clear how much they wound it down, but obviously makes sense with the US sanctions. So looks like they're getting hit pretty hard. They are still I was reporting on the Wi-Fi Alliance and the SD Association cutting out Bluetooth from stuff. So like industry standards organization. Apparently the Bluetooth SIG did the same. But it has now been said that they are still allowed to produce devices that have compliance stickers, comply with the standards and have the the compliance stickers according to that for Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and apparently also the use of SD card standards is still possible. All three industry associations, according to Golem, reporting on this, haven't commented on this at this point. Very interesting. Do you remember, I think I was reporting on this as well, Facebook has this new thing where they're saying, we are the privacy company. We care about your privacy. And it's our thing now. There was this media tour a few weeks back where, I think Sheryl Sandberg was in Munich talking at an event and like hammering this home. We're all about privacy now. We're the privacy company. Well, apparently it's all a lie. Or is it? I don't know. Somebody's lying, because in the class action lawsuit in the US, where Facebook is being sued for handing over data of customers to Cambridge Analytica, a Facebook lawyer, according to reports from the US, has said that privacy has not been violated. There could not have been any violation of privacy because there is no privacy with social. No, privacy does not exist. What he means is, like, with social networks, there is no reasonable assumption of privacy. This is why you can't sue Facebook for this, because there's no privacy. You can't sue us for violation of privacy then. Which is interesting, legal argument as far as that goes. I can't really comment on how successful that's going to be for them, but it goes pretty much against everything else Facebook's been saying for almost a year. I mean, Golem here on this story has one of the advertising posters they've been plastering Germany with for ages now, and also the stuff Sandberg said, with them being the privacy company now. Something isn't right there. I was guessing that was all PR bullshit anyway. It seems like it is. Yeah, that is quite an admission in court there, and I'm glad it gets reported and people can see what they really think when it comes to, I mean, it's one thing to say, oh, we care about your privacy, but then like when you're legally on the hook for it, you're saying it doesn't exist. Put your money where your mouth is, Facebook, I'm saying. But they seem to share the same understanding of privacy on social networks as the US government does, because the US government is, according to reports, now requiring your social media accounts if you're applying for a visa. Since 2016, this had been a voluntary thing you could give them. Don't know why anybody would do that if it's voluntary, but I guess, okay, they were asking for it. And now it seems like it is now required. Doesn't apply to pretty much anybody from EU countries, because if you are, especially if you're going on holiday or anything like that, if you're using the ESTA visa waiver program, then this does not apply. But there are EU states like Poland, Croatia, Romania, Bulgaria, where you need a visa. And if you do that, you need to give them this. They're saying this is all for safety, national security, and also they just want to make it easier for legal people are visiting the US legally. Yeah, right. That's as much bullshit as Facebook. As Facebook's thing. I just don't clip this and put it on Twitch, because I probably need to give them my Twitch ID if I want to go on holiday. Yeah. So let's forget I said that. I didn't mean that. I love the US, America. I should get my US's Midway hat for that. Heise also, I think yesterday, was that? No, on Saturday, celebrating the 10th anniversary of Bing. Wow. I didn't even know Bing was still around. Let alone even 10 years old now. That's pretty amazing. I don't know anybody who's using Bing. Microsoft pushing it mightily, of course. They put it everywhere. They try to get you to use Bing when you use any of their applications. They give people Microsoft reward points if they Bing, apparently, but still don't know anybody who's using Bing, so interesting. But it's 10 years old now, and according to the Heise story, there's a lot to say about that. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that for completeness more because I was surprised that Bing's that old, than for anything else. John Romero, you might remember John Romero, who made Doom back in the day, has now, obviously there's new Doom series, like kind of a rebooted series from Bethesda, which Romero doesn't have anything to do with. He auctioned off the original Doom discs a while back, got a lot of press for that. Now he's made a what people are calling a fifth chapter in the Doom saga. He's called it Sigil. It is a mod for the or what people are calling a megawatt, or a mod nearing commercial size is what Kotaku calls it. And yeah, they're apparently some of the most punishing Doom levels ever, but apparently great. Of course, you need the original Doom to play it, which I think you can get for like €5. I haven't checked, but it's probably on GOG. And yeah, pretty cool. He's released it for his he's got a game company, and he's released that. I guess he can't put out like a full new game, probably because of rights issues, but I guess he can still do mods, so that's pretty cool. So if you're a Doom fan, check that out. more video game news, if you can call it a game. Star Citizen now gives you the ability to skin your ship. Get different ship colors, get interior stuff like electric kettles and things for your cockpit. Obviously, this has to be paid with. They're saying right now you have to pay for it in real money. They say at some point, I presume, when the game is out, if that ever happens, you'll be able to pay for it with in-game currency. Kind of doubting that that's ever going to happen. But yeah, you can now, in your very unfinished space sim, you can now paint your ship different colors if you so choose. Don't know. I don't think they have announced what that's going to cost. The only ship you will be able to do it at first for is the Origin 300i, which I guess you have to buy for 60 euros. So some people in the community are saying stuff around $5. These things will cost. I mean, it's the same stuff that Elite Dangerous is making money with. They have some quite cool ship skins, actually. But on the other hand, also that is the finished game. And that's pretty much it for today. Just one more quick story, and I'll let you continue whatever you're doing, work, or maybe you're enjoying the lovely weather, got some time off. Anyway, the U.S. Air Force is at pains to tell you that the big penis that an F-35 painted into the sky with his contrails was in fact not a penis, but just a routine, just part of a routine exercise. So the Air Force Times says that F-35 sky penis above Luke Air Force Base wasn't intended to be a sky penis, the base says. So they're saying the 56 Fighter Wing senior leadership reviewed the training tapes from the flight and confirmed that F-35s conducting standard fighter training maneuvers Tuesday afternoon in the Gladden and Baghdad military operating airspace resulted in the creation of the contrails. There was no nefarious or inappropriate behavior during the training flight. So I guess what they're saying is painting penises in the air is just routine training for Air Force pilots. It's just the thing you do. You never know. After a bombing run, you might want to stick it to them one more time and just to adding insult to injury, just paint a penis over the target area afterwards, because they can't hit you because you're in this amazing stealth plane. Maybe that's it. I am amazed that the F-35, which is not renowned for its agility or handling, actually managed to paint that penis. That actually looks like some top-notch maneuvering there, and nothing caught fire while they were doing it. So thumbs up for the F-35, I guess. Anyway, that's it for me. I'll be back tomorrow with some more tech news, probably an update on Apple and whatever they're doing with iTunes. Until then, stay tuned, stay creative, stay... I don't know. What else could you stay? Stay productive. Stay productive. See you tomorrow. Anyway, have a good day. Goodbye.